What's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to look at the top 10 football cards that went up the most over the last week. I still stand that it is football card buying time of the year. Overall, cards were going up pretty well for the year, and then they've taken a little bit of a dip recently. I think it's a lot to do with how fast they went up because they hit their all-time highs in April. And it's wow, okay. And I think a lot of people decided to get out. And I'm buying this dip. So let's check out some of these cards that are going up. Actually, before we get into that, a few reminders. The audio from these videos, you can get them on the podcast, link in the description. And often I'll send, as we go through these cards, I'll do buy, sell, or hold on them. And often I'll send out the buys to the Card Pack newsletter before I actually publish the video. It's free to join. Go check that out. But if you want to get my absolute top sports card pick of the day and join one of the best Discords in all the land, join the Sports Card Society, SportsCardSociety.com. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. You know, you do the year one, you get 2 months free. But it all works out to be about 40 cents a day. And how it works is there's a members area. You log into the members area. There's a new video posted almost every day. The videos are short. They're only about 5 minutes. I show the card, I show the data and research and why I like the card and why I like to buy and what I plan on doing with it. Am I selling it in a month? Am I selling it at the beginning of the season? Am I holding it long term? What am I doing? This Kyler Murray card here, a couple examples. We were buying it in February for under $200. It got up to around well over 300 in April. Actually, I think this card got all the way up to about 375. But again, that was its all-time high. So it's been taking a dip. And it seems to have leveled out. So I am buying this again because I expect this card to be well north of 400, maybe $500 by the time the season starts. Another example, this Baker Mayfield here. We were buying it for under $300 in March. Here it is going for $500. I mean, if you bought it in March and decided to sell it here at $500, that more than pays for your entire year's membership of the Sports Card Society. The ones I bought, I didn't sell any of them. I expect this card to get to $600-$700 by the time the sports goes up. By the time the NFL season starts. So that's that. And the Discord, by the way, everyone in there pays to be in it. So they're active in the sports card market and in the Discord. They're helpful. It's just an excellent community. So check it out. Links in the description, SportsCardSociety.com. Here we are. Let me close this real quick. So this is number 10 on the list. What I did is I went to, we're in the Market Movers tool. I went to Price Movements by Card. Pulled up football PSA 10s over the last 7 days. We look at the PSA 10 because the entire market is based off the price of the PSA 10. What the PSA 9s are going for, what the BGS 9.5s are going for, are all based on the PSA 10. I'll put a link in the description for this Market Movers tool that I'm using. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year. I have the Pro version. I pay for the year subscription. So number 10 on the list is Josh Allen, who had a unbelievable breakout, not unbelievable, just a fantastic breakout year last year. We're looking at his 2018 Prism base, pop count of exactly 1,000 at the moment, 8 sales on the week, up 5.5%. Let's chart this and take a look. As we wait for it to load. So this card, pretty flat on the week. Here it is, $810 to start the week, $855 to end the week. Let's pull it back all the way to the beginning of the year. Because, they made a good run. They made it all the way to the AFC Championship, I believe. Yeah, because that's where the Chiefs beat them. For a minute there, I thought the Bills were going to win. But anyways, here we are. $718 to start the year. And then here we got to deep into the playoffs, got to about $1,000. And then they lost, and it went down. So he hit his bottom of about $671. And this is what I'm talking about, the football card market. Back around here is when I was really recommending very highly football cards to the Sports Card Society, and we made some really good gains. Now, let me walk you through this because this card here is a pretty good example of what's gone on in the football card market since after the Super Bowl. So I went down here to $671, which is about where it was back here. Yeah, probably, we'll call it about $700, and it started ticking up, and then it really went up. It got up to over what it was before, $1,200. So there's a lot of people holding this card that said, I'm just going to cash out now. And so it's been going down. And now I think it's another good time to buy football because, as the term is, buy the dip. So here it is, $810 on the 20th of May, which is my grandmother who passed away years ago. who basically raised me, by the way. Excellent, one of the most wonderful people I ever met in my life. Just wonderful. I miss her every day. But that was her birthday there, May 20th. Gosh, how old should she be? She'd be 93 this year. But now the latest sale of the card was $8.55, so it's starting to tick up, and that's what I would expect because that looks like the bottom to me. Again, that's why it's so important to have a data tool like this. If you don't want to use market movers, fine. It's just the one I use, and I've used them all, and it is certainly what I feel the best one out there. And so this just shows us this whole picture, shows us these cycles, and it shows you what the market, which are people, the market is people, what the people are thinking. They're thinking, all right, ooh, playoffs, getting hype. Oh, he lost. Boom, down. All right, well, that's pretty low. Maybe we start buying it up. Okay, buy. Oh, that thing's really going up. Boom. Oh, dang, that's gotten pretty high. I could probably just cash out right now and make some money. Okay, sell. Oh, no, it's going down. Sell quick, sell. All right, that's too low. Seller's like, I'm not selling anymore. Now buyers are like, that seems pretty low. I'm going to buy this up, and here we go. So let's pull this back 30 days now. This is what's been going on in the football card market. And I know this because I have a data tool like this. Obviously, I make a video every day. I pay really good attention to the sports card market. Not just that I make a video. Obviously, I'm not just making a video. I spend hours every day looking at sports cards. But you see it's gone down here, and I can tell that, to me, this looks like it kind of hit a bottom. It's the first time it flattened out. I just don't see it going down much more than this. Plus, it went up to $1,200 in April. That's 2 months, 3 months into the off season, and 4 months away from the start of the season. If this is what it's doing in the off season, what do you think it's going to do in August during the preseason? I'd imagine it goes higher. So I'm a buy on this. To sum it up, let's go to eBay and see what some are listed for. I bet a lot of sellers are thinking what I'm thinking. We may not be able to find it for $850 or less. $850, I'd be pretty pumped to buy it. So like I talked about that Baker Mayfield and the Kyler Murray. Yeah, same thing happened with them. It went up. This is like the all-time high for this card. And so a lot of sellers said, hey, or people that owned it said, hey, I'm going to sell and just cash out. And then it went down. And now it's starting to go back up. Same thing with this Kyler. I haven't sold any of them because I'm not going to play that game. I think it's going to be a $700 card by the time the season starts. And this Josh Allen, I think is going to be a, potentially $1,500 card by the time the season starts. $9.95, I told you, we're not going to find any because we're just not going to find any for $8.50. If you get involved in an auction, maybe. But you saw the card got up to $1,200. Like even $1,000 doesn't seem too bad since we are, at least I'm pretty certain, it's on its way back up. It looks like we have a bunch of PWCC and Probstein auctions. But I'd get involved in the auctions here. So I'll put a link in the description for that card. I think it's a buy. I think most football is a buy. I think most football has been a buy during the whole off season. Although most of my buying happened in February, March, and now I think it's another time to buy. Number 9 on the list, Troy Aikman, 1989, tops traded, base, pop count of 2942. 10 sales on the week, up 6.3%. By the way, if you don't know, pop count means this card in this grade, that's how many of them exist currently. And there's a pop count for every card in every grade. There's pop count for PSA 9, BGS 9.5, etc. Let's chart this one. Troy Aikman, he's a legend. I'm not a big Troy Aikman fan. Him and Joe Buck are some of my least favorite commentator duos. This is rookie. He doesn't really have many rookies. There weren't that many rookies back then for football. Pop count of 2942. Started the week at 161. And then 197 was the high. Latest sale of 171. But let's pull this back to the beginning of the year. Look at that. Beginning of the year, this card was around $81. And it started ticking up, hit 100, and it just took off. Here we are, $350. $510. Here's a spike of $626. I don't know if I'd count that one. That seems unnecessary. $510. So this card had easily got over $500. A number of sales over $500. And now it went down. Again, having a tool like this, link in description for the Market Movers tool. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off first month or first year. I have the Pro version. I pay for the year subscription because it's the best deal, and the Pro version has the most tools. So you can see how it's flat here, and then it goes up. So there's a lot of people that paid more for this card than what it's, paid a good amount for this card. And there's a lot of people that just have this card that don't want to sell it because they're Troy Aikman / Cowboy fans, or they just are holding it long term as an investment because they're just not their style. So there's a percentage of the market that is moving and selling cards. And if you look, it went down. And look at this. Look at this support. What support is where buyers and sellers meet. And the sellers finally say, that's it. I am not selling this card for any less than this. I'll just hold it. If you buy it for this, I'm not going any lower. And that's where we seem to be. This kind of $200, $180 to $150 to $200 mark. It's just very flat. That's an indicator. That's why a data tool like this is so valuable. And you can see the resistance, which is where the buyers finally say, no, that's it. We're done. I'm not paying anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to back off. And then it goes down. Now the buyers are getting interested again, and it levels out. The buyers and sellers meet. So let's pull this up. I'm a buy on this card. I can tell you that already. Let's pull it up. I like it under 200. If you can get it for even less, that's fantastic. There's 200. So I'm a buy. I would like to get it for less. Is there any best offers here? Best offer might be able to get it for... You'd be surprised what they might negotiate here. Probably come in here and make an offer of 150. If it doesn't get auto rejected, then maybe we can start some negotiations. Let's go to the auctions. Probably get involved in some of these auctions. Like this. 6 days, some time left. But I like this card under $200. I'm a buy. I'll put a link in the description for you to go check it out if you like. By the way, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm a guy on YouTube who spends a lot of time looking at sports cards, just sharing his opinions. Do your own research before you make your decisions. So again, that card had 10 sales on the week, up about 6.3. I think it's kind of hit its bottom. I like it. I'm a buy. Next card, Tua Tagovailoa, 2020 Prism base. Pop count of only 447. I expect that number to rise, although people haven't been able to submit these to PSA, so I don't expect this card to really rise, this pop count number to rise much before the season starts, which for me, that's typically when I'd be wanting to sell it. Eight sales on the week, up 6.4%. So it's pretty decent sales volume, almost 2%, which means sales volume would be, 8 would be about 2% of 447, so 2% sales volume on the week. Let's pull up this chart. I'm higher on Tua than most. I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but I think in terms of his cards, I'm higher on him than most, I think. I just think he's a really good value, is what I'm getting at. $330 to start the week, $345 to end the week. Was pretty flat. Let's pull it back. Let's just pull it back 90 days. I don't want to go custom date like that. It's been pretty flat. Granted, these cards have only been out for so long in the PSA 10 because they came out, the football Prism got released in, late December, or maybe mid-December. So this card's been floating around $300 to $350 this whole time. That's why I'm like, this card didn't have some big run-up. Because it hasn't, because they didn't exist. So let's chart this. That's why I think it's a good value. Let's see here. Let's see what we find. $350. That's probably about right? $365. Make an offer on this one. Get it for less than $350. $375. Make an offer. I dig it. It's a low pop count. There's just not that many of them going around. It's his certainly standard most desired base rookie. It's Tua. You got to still feel good, and I think there's going to be some really good news and press coming out about him. And the Dolphins, they took Jalen Waddle, so he's got one of his old receivers back, who's a really good prospect. They got I don't know. There's just a lot of good things going on there. I think that he's just undervalued. That's all I got to say. For his Prism for $350, just seems cheap. So I'll put a link in the description for that one also. Dwayne Haskins. I'm not a buy on this. 2019 Prism. Base. Pop count of 1,080. 14 sales on the week. Up 9%. Let's take a look at this gross chart. I'm not buying Dwayne Haskins. I don't want any part of him. You've heard me say it before. I think he's a bonehead, and I don't think he can shake it out. I don't think he can shake it out. And I think he's burned bridges, and he's not played well. There's just nothing that I give a crap about with Dwayne Haskins. Nothing that I give a crap about with Dwayne Haskins at all. This card started the week at $30, ended the week at $34. Yeah, it's super cheap. Super cheap. If I were buying this card, I'd go to StarStock, because I wouldn't pay shipping and I wouldn't pay sales tax on it. Because when you're buying a card, it's like $35. The shipping and the tax, well, tax always matters, but the shipping fee is going to add what? Probably another $5 to this. So all of a sudden you pay $35, and with shipping you're at $40, and then with sales tax you're at $43, $45. So all of a sudden this $35 card is $43, $45. So and then when you get it, you got to hope the card goes up to probably like $60, $70 just to make a few bucks, because after eBay seller fees, etc. And he sucks. And he sucks. I just really don't like Dwayne Haskins. I have Terry McLaurin on my Dynasty Fantasy Football team, and I am so excited that Ryan Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic himself, who I am a big fan of, I just am. I think you got to love Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think you got to be a Fitzmagic fan, because if you're not, I think something's broken in your soul. The beard. But Dwayne Haskins, not buying. I might hold it. I'd probably hold it, because it'll probably go up as we get closer to the season, but I'm definitely not buying it. And if you're one of those crazy fools who wants to buy it, go get it on StarStock, not on eBay. It's just too low price of a card. And StarStock only has a 5% seller's fee. Less eyeballs on StarStock, but I think it makes sense. Deshaun Watson, 2017 Select Concourse. By the way, I'll put a link in the description for StarStock. Use code SportsCardConsultant, and it's case sensitive, for $10 free when you deposit $10 or more, if you open up a new account. Deshaun Watson, 2017 Select Concourse. Pop count of 373, 7 sales on the week, up almost 11%. Let's pull up the chart. I actually bought a few of these before all this stuff happened, and I sent them into StarStock to get them on there. I thought they were going to be A's. They were all B's. I can't believe it. I don't know what they found on them to make them all B's. Pissed me off, though, because that really affects my strategy. You can send cards into StarStock too, obviously, but I think they're grading, with quotation marks, is getting more strict, more harder, because they have StarStock A grade, StarStock B, StarStock C. StarStock A card is a card they say, hey, we believe this card will be a 9 or a 10 if you send it into PSA. And the last batch I saw, of StarStock A's that went into PSA, when they came back, 92% of them were 9s or 10s, with 40% of them being 10s. So pretty legit grade. That's why on StarStock you'll see the raw cards go for more than your average raw card on eBay, because they've actually been quote unquote graded, because they've been looked at by a neutral party, and you can bank on the quality better. But this card, $146 to start the week, high sale of $200, latest sale of $156. I'm still not buying Deshaun Watson. I'm not even going to pull up the thing. All right, I'll pull up the thing. Yeah, he was up to $400 before stuff went loose. And he's down probably around his bottom, at least for now. But I think there's a good chance he doesn't play this year. I think it gets worse for him. It could. I'm just staying away. I'm not buying. Maybe at this point you hold. If you've been holding this long, maybe you just hold and see what happens. Lamar Jackson, 2018 Donruss. Base, pop count of 3,021. 14 sales on the week, up 11%. This is a card I also recommended to Sports Card Society. We were getting this for the low hundreds. I think it got up to about 212 or so. And then people started to sell off, because that was at an all-time high. I think it was. And so now it's in that dip too, and I think it's a good time to look at this stuff. These posed photos. Or 128 to start the week, high sale 153, latest sale of 142. If we pull this card back, let's just go 90 days to make it easy. Yeah, it got up to, there's 221, 200, 207. It got up there, and then that's when some of the sellers of the card said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take my profits here." And so now it's come down. It's not going for this low. As a matter of fact, we'll go to eBay. It's probably going for about 140, 150. So I think we've kind of hit the bottom of this dip. 165. I mean, you can make an offer on it and all that. And I think if you can get this card for 150 or less, it's a good buy. So I will put a link in the description for this one too. Again, this dip, people are afraid that cards are going down. Listen, let me explain. Here's what I think, anyways. I'm a guy on YouTube that looks at sports cards a lot in the market, a lot, way more than your average person. So please give me a little bit of credit with this. Not like I'm infallible, not like I know everything, not like I can predict the future or know what every single person on the planet is thinking. But in my thoughts, the basketball card market has been going down. And that's the main driver of the sports card market, at least the main one. I don't know about the main driver, but the main category in the sports card market. And basketball has been basically going on for over a year. Basically, with short breaks in between basketball playing. People are bored of basketball. And the cards have been going up so much because there's been so much basketball. Because when it's all going on, it's going up, 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 up. And finally, this stuff is finally adjusting and correcting and cooling off. Now, baseball had a good run up, and it's been cooling off, although players like Shohei Ohtani and Vlad Guerrero and Acuna, they've been going up. The sports card market looks pretty normal to me, frankly. The only thing that really stands out is basketball, because basketball has been going on for over a year. It has, with short breaks in between basically at least parts of the season. So no, we haven't, and I think we're kind of sick of basketball. The playoffs are getting more exciting, but most people aren't really going to pay attention till probably the conference finals, frankly. And then finally, basketball will be over, and we'll get a real break from basketball. So when it comes back, we'll actually really want it again, which will probably be late October. Football's had its normal break. And by the time football rolls around, we're going to really want it. Like by the end of the NFL season, which was a normal season, lengthwise, etc., I was bored. I was getting bored because my Vikings suck. And that's usually what happens. But the truth is, and plus fantasy football was winding down, all these things. But as the football season gets closer and closer, there's so many things. It's not just your team. It's not just the NFL, but it's fantasy football. All this stuff. And sports cards, they go up because people, and the media goes up, and there's more hype, and it gets more airtime on SportsCenter and everywhere, and more articles written, and more drama, and more news, and the hype just really builds. Straight up. So do whatever you want, but I'm so thankful for this NFL, this football card dip, because I'm going to buy more. Because it got to a point when they hit their all-time highs in freaking April, in the middle of the off season. I was like, what's going on here? This is too fast. And then that's what happened. It went down. It's dipped. Looks like it's hit its bottom to me of this dip. So it's like buy now or forever hold your peace. Because this shite's going to get real come August. My opinion. Do with it what you will. If you're going to leave a comment, it's okay to disagree with me, but be respectful about it. Don't be a dick. And if you have any feedback on how to make the channel better or suggestions, go ahead and leave them in a kind, human, respectful way. If you leave a dick comment, like if you're just being a jerk, first of all, it's not because of me or this video. It's because you feel bad inside about your life in some way. And you should really work on that. You can go watch other videos. You don't need to watch mine if you're going to troll. That's what trolls do. Trolls troll because they feel like shite inside. So anyways, leave a comment, but, be a respectful human. So next on the list, Sam Darnold, 2018 Prism. Pop count of 1,096. 7 sales on the week, up a little over 19%. Let's pull up the Chizart. Load. All right. So I'm not a big Sam Darnold investor. 150 to start the week, end of the week at 177. That's of all the people, I'm not really real high on Sammy D. I think he's unfortunate that he went to the Jets. I think you just end up in some situations you can't win. He had Adam Gase as his head coach. Adam Gase is Adam Garbage. He is a garbage coach. Garbage. Absolute garbage. He really is. And I say that, I think I'm being conservative and nice when I say that. As a person, I'm sure he's a fine person. But as a coach, trash. He's been living off of his success that wasn't even really his success. I believe with Peyton Manning, right? Let me go coach Peyton Manning. Do I really need to coach Peyton Manning? No, Peyton Manning's just going to make me look good. And that's what happened because, I don't know. I'm not going to get into all that. Sammy D got kind of screwed. His cards have been flat. I'm not buying him. I would be holding it, though, because I think I think just like everything else, it goes up. But just of all the things to buy, that's not what I'm buying. Next on the list, Barry Sanders, 1989, tops traded base. Pop count of 45.58, 15 sales on the week. Wowza. So Sam Darnold went up 19%. This card, which is next on the list, went up almost 36%. Let's pull up the chart. This is a card that's made the list kind of frequently. And again, can you really go wrong buying Barry Sanders? The answer is yes. If you buy it at the all-time high, you can go wrong because then it's going to go down. Is it at its all-time high? Well, I'll pull the charts back in a second and we'll take a look. Again, having this tool or any data tool, but this is my favorite. I think this is the best one, the Market Movers tool. Link in description, discount code there. You got to have it. I can't tell you how much time you're wasting not having something like this and how much money you're losing and missing out on and literally losing and the mistakes you're making by not having this. I don't let my emotions or my thoughts drive this. I let data drive my decisions, which makes all the sense in the world. And it has a great track record. So 202 to start the week. We did nothing but go up to 275 to end the week. Barry doesn't have many rookie cards. Pretty low pop count. One of the best running backs of all time. Let's pull this thing back to the beginning of the year. Let's pull him all the way back. Barry. So, to begin the year, this card was around $150. And then during the Vintage Legend run-up of Across Sports, he got up to, looks like a high of 470. We'll say a solid 450, well above 400. Then it dipped and has been going down. But then you can see here, because I'm looking at a data tool, you can see how from here to here, it's really been pretty flat, which tells me we've hit the bottom. We've hit the support, which is where buyers and sellers meet. And the sellers finally say, that's it. We are not selling this any lower. I'll just hold the card. If you won't buy it at this price, I'm just going to keep it because it will sell. I'll just have a little bit of patience. And buyers are buying. So between, 250 or under, I think this card is a buy. Probably 275 or under. Because look, it hit a high of well over $400, and plenty of people bought it. It's not just this is one sale here that happened, yes, but there were more than one sale of this card that day. This is a representation of that day and the run up, and I believe this will run up again around the football season. Let's go to eBay and see what some are listed for. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really supports the channel. And hit the notification bell while you're at it. And no matter what your situation, please hit that like button. Super supports the channel. It makes me feel all good and warm inside and feels like I actually was appreciated a little bit. So please do that. I thank you. I appreciate you for watching. So let's see here. 270. I don't think that's bad. I'd probably get it for 250. But these people know what they got. They know that that's a good deal for this card, which is he's an all-timer. This card is going to have value basically forever. And it's going to overall over time go up. It's my opinion. Feel what you want, but I feel pretty strong about that one. maybe get involved in some auctions here. These are probably where your best deals are going to be. I'm going to include a link in the description to that card because I am a buy on it for the reasons I showed you on the data. Not because I'm just got a gut feeling. Data. Next, Daniel Jones 2019 Prism base pop count of 2,050 with 20 sales on the week, up 36%. And a decent sales volume, a 1% sales volume. Let's chart him. This is interesting. Daniel Jones, not someone I'm super high on, but not someone I'm like really low on. He's going to get to start. He's got Saquon Barkley coming back. They gave him Kenny Golladay. I think there will be some hype with Mr. Daniel Jones. This is someone I recommended to the Sports Card Society. This card was $150 to start the week. Got up to $213, latest sale of $195. Let's pull this card back 90 days. And when I recommended the Sports Card Society, he was going closer to $100, and now he's going for closer to $200. And he hasn't really seen all that much of a dip. There's a dip. But I wouldn't be buying him right now because it's not that big of a dip. And I'm not that super high on Daniel Jones. But at $120, I was buying Daniel Jones. And so was the Society. Link in the description if you want to join the Society, sportscardsociety.com. So I'd be a hold on Daniel Jones. And number one on the list, Mr. Emmett Smith. 1990 tops traded base pop count of 41.96, 7 sales on the week, up 53%. I believe this card was on the video yesterday, the sports card, top 10 sports cards going up. So I looked at all sports, and I believe this card was on that list. Yes, it was. I remember it now distinctly. 135 to start the week, did nothing but go up to 207. Let's pull this back to the beginning of the year. If you saw the video yesterday, you already saw me do this. But let's look at it again. Just to look at the patterns. This card was going for around 150 to start the year, ran up the high sale 500 some, several sales around 500 some, and then went down, down, down. The same thing we saw at the berry. Looks to me like it's kind of bottomed out. Guess what? If you can get it for $175 or less, I'm a buy on this card. And I think auctions are the best way to go to accomplish that. In reality, you may not be able to get it for less than $200, but I still think $200 is a good buy because, again, data ran up to 400 some. I see no reason why I won't get to 400 plus next time there's a vintage ledger run up. You got to have patience. If you're looking to flip cards in 2 weeks and pay your rent, that's an uncomfortable game to play. It's an uncomfortable, losing game to play because you're going to get burned too much. But here, I can buy this. I know I'm not getting burned. It's not really going to go down much, but it has a whole lot of room to go up, hence data. I know where the market will bring it eventually. And what I'll do is I'll buy this card, $150, $200, and when I get it, I'll just list it on eBay for $400, maybe $450, and just wait till the market runs up. I'd probably put it at $400. And I can almost guarantee it'll happen by the end of the year. I can almost guarantee it'll happen by somewhere around the start of the football season. And it's just money in the bank to me. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Can't actually predict the future, believe it or not. Guy on YouTube that looks at sports cards a lot, sharing his opinions. Do your own research, make your own decisions. But I'm a buy on that. Did I pull that up on eBay already? I did. Let's see. Let's see what his buy it nows are. Yeah, $199. I think $200 or less would be fine. But you could probably come in here and make some offers on these guys. Maybe get it for less than $200, but I think auction might be your way to go. Because people know what they got. Emmett Smith, all-time leading rusher in NFL history. Cowboys. America's team. America's team. Most valuable sports team in America. And as a business. And etc. And he's got, 2-3 rings? Yeah, so during the night, there's just this is good. This and Barry didn't even win anything, but he's just so damn good. So I see that as buy. I put a link in the description. That would be a bunch of links in the description for this one for different cards that I considered buys. There's also a link in the description for the podcast, the Sports Card Society, and of course this beautiful Market Movers tool. Again, If you don't get the Market Movers tool, fine. Get a different one. If you have none, you need a data tool. I think the Market Movers tool is the best one. I've used them all. It's definitely my favorite. It has the most tools, most robust, and it's my favorite. But if you want to get a different one, whatever. If you have none, you got to get one, because I promise you, you are constantly shooting yourself in the foot, losing money, wasting crap loads of time, and just getting frustrated. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. That's what I got for you today. That was the top 10 football cards going up. Man, I think it's a good time to buy football. I really, really do. Stay classy, card pack. You're fantastic. You are awesome. You're so pretty. I'll see you tomorrow.